living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what it appears Reds, me, team and all the other debunkers have actually done to Flat Earth. Killed it. Really fucking killed it, because a lot of the time I challenge a Flat Earther like tonight, and as soon as they realise that the debate is very close, they go, oh shit, what have I done? And run away. So there will not be a debate tonight because Flerfs are cowards, they have no evidence, but my holy book isn't going to cut it, and that's probably what we were going to hear. So yeah, no debate, but what we're going to do is quickly go over the stupid shit that he was saying, and then Reds wants to cover something that, what's his name, Flatsoid has been saying. So Reds, how you doing?
Oh boy, it's been great. I just love getting dumped on by sky cocaine and getting stuck in my own driveway. It's absolutely fantastic, guys. Oh boy.
Did you just call snow sky cocaine?
That's what it is. It's sky cocaine.
Um, I mean, okay, why not?
Look, snow is sky cocaine and sugar is God's dandruff. I thought you learned this.
It makes as much sense as anything else we hear from flat earthers. So, at this point, my brain's so muddled as to what is and isn't reality from listening to so much Nathan Thompson that that could be true. I don't know.
Eh, it is
I
what it
mean,
is. But basically, my answer to your question is my nipples have been so hard that they could cut diamonds. So that's how I'm doing.
okay. So, yeah, no debate tonight, guys. I am sorry about that. But so the flat earther that we were going to talk to is a guy called Josh, Josh Caezza or Caezza. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He wouldn't tell me. Um, and he'd agreed to debate me until about an hour ago when, oh wait, he says he's downloaded the Zoom app. So you coming
Oh,
or
does that mean Flatzoid is not going to get his ass kicked tonight?
we can
Oh,
always do that another night.
darn it! I'm so disappointed.
Now
Damn.
Flatsoid decided to remove something from one of your videos, Reds. What was it that you removed?
Okay, so long story short, NASA had a test launch of the Orion space capsule, specifically the abort system. So I was there to capture the abort test, and the dummy capsule fell behind the curve of the Earth. It went behind the horizon. But Flatzoid decided to remove that part from my video to make it appear that it didn't go behind any curve before smashing into the ocean. And we caught him removing those frames. It was 11 frames to be exact. And he decided to make a video saying, oh, no, I didn't. I was totally being honest when I edited your video to make it show something that it didn't actually show. Nice. We were going to cover that video, but I guess not.
Hashtag 11 frames. Um,
Hashtag 11 frames.
so basically, you got to lie to be a flat earther. Is the
You
theme here?
have to lie in order to be a Flerf, or you have to be as dumb as Level Earth Observer and his, you know, fucking crane operator friends, whatever the fucking they're
Please
calling
tell me
themselves
there's
this
no one
week.
else in the world as dumb as Level Earth Observer. That would be disappointing.
He is so pissed. I mean,
Yeah.
the last video I made to him was about the SR-71 Blackbird and, you know, how it has to drop to follow the curve of the Earth. Well, a bunch of people have left comments on that video saying that, yo, Red's Rhetoric totally debunked your sorry ass. Those comments are now gone.
Oh, of course.
They're
Yeah,
just
he's the
gone.
ultimate deleter.
Yeah, so you will not be able to see those comments. And I bet you if you were to go to that video and comment, it would get deleted. I'm not saying go there and comment. Don't troll the son of a bitch. Just know that if you do comment, it will most likely be deleted. So, yeah.
You said just snow then. Have you got snow on the mind?
I mean, hmm. Hang on. I got this. It's not snow. It's sky cocaine.
I mean, it would if it was sky cocaine, it would make sense why there's so many fucking crazy people in this world. Honestly,
I mean, There's a lot of them that apparently don't know how to drive in this shit. That's for damn sure. I
Or
saw
how to
one of
join a
them
Zoom
going
call.
down the road sideways because, you know, apparently snow tires are optional.
Well, these idiots think that lots of things are optional, you know, listening to science, wearing a mask, not being a complete dumbass and waste of oxygen.
Yeah, actually, I just posted on Twitter, or I should say, I retweeted something on Twitter where a government official was forced to sit in a plexiglass box because she refused to wear a mask. So she had to sit in the box of shame.
Well, they
It
should just be
was
like, well,
fucking hilarious.
you're not doing your job then. Sorry, but to work here, the regulations are that you wear a mask or you fuck off.
Let me show people this. Let me go ahead and post this in the live chat so you guys can see this shit for yourself. So I just posted it in the live chat. Go ahead, click on that shit and have a laugh. It's fucking hilarious.
What is it? I want to see.
Oh, please show it. Please show it. It's fucking hilarious. The box of shame. All because this woman didn't want to wear a mask.
Here we go. The box of shame. The I am a dumbass box.
Yep, that's it right there.
Oh. And this is an elected representative, right? That's what worries me.
She's a GOP contender for governor. But you know, she apparently loves Trump and, you know, likes to not wear a mask and, you know, shit like that. You know, the typical dumb QAnon conspiracy nuts that you see roaming the streets, you know, drinking their own piss.
Yeah.
She's of that variety of stupid, and so she gets to sit in the crazy box.
America worries me, and I don't like getting political, but I'm just saying that if you guys elect Trump in 2024, I'm leaving this planet.
It's like, oh, hi, America. It's us, Canada. Listen, we just want to ask you, what the fuck?
Yeah. He's trying to join.
Did America lose a bet?
I know. I like to think that maybe it was some kind of like crazy joke that just got out of hand. You know, hey guys, what if we just pretend, right? And like just muck about and put Trump forward as president? Wouldn't that be funny? And then a few months later, like, shit, people are taking this seriously. What have we done?
Oh shit! He's an asshole to just says whatever is on his mind, no matter how stupid. No, it's too late. No.
Yeah. Now people like get angry at me. They're like, "Oh, why are you being political? Why are you being political?" But I'm not really being political. I'm just pointing out the fact that Trump is a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. It's wow. Our political landscape can be best described as a train wreck on the best of days. So, yeah.
Right. This guy apparently is trying to. Oh, he's here. He's here. Everybody.
Yay.
He's. Give me a sec. Let me let him in. Hello, Josh. Can you hear us? Oh, you're just connecting to audio. He is there. Let me. Hello,
Hey,
Josh. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, better now that we've actually got a conversation that we can have. Thank you for joining. Let me get you up on the screen.
Dude, that was a fucking yes, I'll tell you that. Sorry, I had to eat too.
That's okay. It's just I'm just glad that you're here. Josh, with me is my good buddy Rhetoric, who has personally recorded a bunch of stuff that went into space. So let's
So
start
he's
with.
been in space?
He's not been to space, but he's recorded a bunch of stuff that definitely went to space and measured the distance to things in space.
Is there any way I can see that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Reds?
Sure. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see the autoplay It shows me measuring the altitude, size, and speed of the International Space Station. If
Right,
you're in the
I'll get
live
that one
chat,
up.
what I will do is I will copy and paste it there right now. And I will also send it to you, Fight the Flat Earth, so you can send it to him.
Yeah, whatever works. That's kind of cool.
Okay, give me a sec and I'll get that up on the screen and I'll get you up on. So, Josh, why don't you just take a second, introduce yourself to the audience and tell them, what your position is about the shape of the Earth.
I don't know. I got into it like about 5 years ago, and it just like, it stuck with me, I guess.
It just stuck
Like
with
I've
you.
seen stuff, and like, and then again, I'm a big Bible believer. So like when I read things in the Bible, like things stick to me, and you kind of like, but you got to take it with a grain of salt too. You can't take everything so literally. So I don't know. Like I believe everybody has their beliefs. They can believe whatever they want. Like you can believe that we're spinning on a ball hurtling through space, and I can believe that I'm motionless and there's a creator. The heavens are above me. Satan was sent down here to, deceive us, to divide us. That's his conquering plan, to hide God from us. So I don't know. It just all fits together to me, to be honest. Like, but
Okay,
it doesn't have to be everybody. Everybody has their own beliefs and what they want to believe in. Same thing when my kids grow up. I'm not gonna force my whole beliefs on them. They have their right mind to believe in what they want to believe in. It's just funny the way things get with flat earthers and globers. Things get pretty intense, and everybody gets called a retard or stupid, or I don't know. It's kind of funny to me, but I just go along with
it
it.
is hilarious.
It's
But
just something to do for the
here's the thing,
meantime.
though. Right, you start off by saying it's all about like you've got your beliefs and we've got our beliefs, but Reds and I don't
Well,
have
yeah, you
beliefs.
get your beliefs from people that told you that the Earth was a globe, but like way back then, people used to think the Earth was flat and God was above us. And nowadays, everybody wants to be an atheist, and they don't want to believe in God. They don't want to believe in nothing. They want to
But
believe in a Big Bang, and somehow nothing created the Earth, and
but
we're
we
spinning,
don't
we're hurtling
believe. That's the thing.
space.
We don't
You're
believe
instant.
anything.
You're
We don't
nothing.
have any. We don't have any beliefs at all. We base our, you know, our view on empirical evidence and facts. We don't need to believe anything. Whether or not there is
But
a God is
Albert
kind of
Einstein
irrelevant to
said
the
that
shape of the Earth, isn't it?
they try to fudge things into perspective. Like you guys use gravity as everything holds it together. That's your magical thing that holds everything together. But it's buoyancy and density. Like it
Gravity's
doesn't like
experimentally
there's no
verified,
need
though.
to fucking bring a mystical thing into it. Like gravity holds all the water, that much
Yeah.
tons of water to the earth, but it can't hold a cloud. You know how
Here's
much tons of water is in a cloud
Yeah.
or something like that? Like, come on now. Like,
Here's the
doesn't
thing.
that
Here's the
just
thing,
like
Josh. Right?
doesn't it
Well,
like blow
there's a,
your mind? Clouds are
well,
heavy as
well,
fuck, but they don't get
hold on.
down to the sky like it does.
There's a couple of things that you said there. You said that it's buoyancy and density. Well, if you say
Yeah.
buoyancy, you are admitting to gravity because buoyancy includes
So
gravity.
yeah, but helium balloons are anti-gravity.
Well, no,
No, they're
again,
not.
that's buoyancy. You're saying buoyancy, right? Do you know the
Right.
equation for
Yeah.
buoyancy? How to calculate a buoyant force?
No, man, I'm not a scientist like you are.
Well, you don't need to be a scientist. I mean, that's kind of middle school physics. But to calculate a buoyant force, so the force pushing a helium balloon up, it's rho, which is the density of the medium that it's in, v, which is the volume
Right.
of the object, and g, which stands for gravity, the acceleration
Okay.
caused by gravity pulling down. Why does a helium balloon go up? It's simple. The air around the balloon has a higher mass and density than the helium balloon. That means that
Okay.
air will
Yeah.
be pulled down with
So
more
what is that?
force. Hold on. That means that air will be pulled down with more force than the balloon, which
So
creates
how
a
does
force in the opposite direction to
how the
gravity.
whole ball comes into theory and everything? Like, how does it work for you? Explain to me how it works for you with all your math and all your scientific proofs. Like, how does it work for you?
How does what work exactly?
How does it all work for you guys?
Define all. You mean space, rockets?
Yeah, define space, define like, I don't know, like other planets and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I've measured the distance to other planets. It's quite fascinating.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me
you
start
sound
with
like one of
space.
those NASA people that are just fixated on it, and you're running numbers and numbers and numbers and numbers, and you're making up things in your head. Like I don't believe, I don't like.
Josh,
Oh,
Josh, Josh,
hilarious though.
I'll make you a promise right now. Nothing I tell you is an assumption or a guess. Everything that I tell you is based on actual measurements. I don't pull numbers
Okay.
out of my ass. I literally measured it myself.
Okay, so what's the? Oh my goodness. So
Right, well, let's start with the ISS, Josh, right?
how
Because
how high up do you have to be to see the curvature then?
Let me
You
start
got to
one
be an
at a time.
airplane, the
No,
curvature?
you asked a bunch of questions. I'll answer all of your questions, but you have to give me time to answer them.
No
The
problem.
first
Yeah.
question, the first
Yeah.
question you asked is about the space station. Now, if you want to know how I did this, that's fine, but I measured the space station to be a certain distance up, over
Right.
250 miles up. That is impossible for a plane to reach. I also measured it going 4.5 miles per second. That speed is impossible in the atmosphere. And I also measured it to be about 109 meters wide, which is about the size of a football field. So all of these things come together, showing that this is not a plane. It is in space, especially at that altitude, and especially traveling at that speed. So what am I
Okay.
supposed to get from that?
I have no idea what that like that you believe the IS.
And we're getting an echo.
yeah. Sorry, do we believe the ISS is what?
No, I said that's good for you that you believe that the ISS is up there. Such
It's
a
not a
great
belief.
Yeah, Reds doesn't
like
believe. He calculated. He measured, physically
he
measured the
calculated
distance
it.
to it. No, well, he physically measured it. He did an actual
I
measurement.
Yeah. But you physically have never been up there. You're believing in somebody else. You're believing in astronauts that are getting paid millions of dollars to tell you that, yes, they've been up to the ISS. Have you ever personally been to the ISS? Have you strapped
I've
yourself to
never,
a
Josh,
spacecraft, launched yourself up there?
Josh, I've never been to England. Am I supposed to conclude that England doesn't exist?
No, that's just stupidity right there. Of course,
No, it's
like,
equivalent to what you're saying. That's your logic. I'm simply
no,
turning it against you.
it's not. That's bullshit. No, it's not. This is
Yes, it
space.
is.
Out.
Your argument is you've never been there. How do you know it's real? Well, I've never been to the UK. How do I know it's real?
I'm right
Okay.
here, dude.
Exactly.
I don't
When
know.
I can point a
Hey.
camera at this
Fully
object and I can see it.
Or the spacecraft and all that shit. Like, I've never seen it. I would love to see that shit. Somebody strap a GoPro cam to a fucking astronaut and let's see him go through the whole boarding mission, through the whole fucking launch mission, whatever you want to call it. And let's see him go from what's called to the other. And let's see it all happen in real time. They won't ever do that. It's stupid. And then
I mean,
you want
that's
to
all been
post those
done.
NASA videos. They're all fake and stupidity. You could point them out. You could point out all the
You're-
failures.
You're making a lot of assumptions here, all right? There is no fakery in
think
NASA videos. If you're
I
seeing,
work
hold on,
at-
Josh, give me a second. All right, you sent me a video earlier of, hold on, you sent me a video earlier of NASA fakery. What that was a video
Yeah.
of was compression artifacts. You're live streaming stuff, recording it from space. That you're going to get compression artifacts in videos. You're going to get P and B frames replacing actual frames to reduce the
Right.
the amount needed to transmit.
Aren't there and trying to okay. Yeah, I agree.
That's how video works, So of course, if they're say that you're in space on ISS and you're streaming to Earth, but you go through
I don't know.
3 second
Reagan made a call to the moon and it came out pretty damn clear.
They didn't use a wire. I mean, it's completely different to what transmitting a video signal is from the ISS. And if they go through a 3-second period where they
They
can't get their signal
do it
down
live.
to Earth, then that 3 seconds is going to be
Record the whole
replaced
thing.
by
And
the
then
last
when you get done,
frame that was there.
Send it.
Josh, you and I both know that if they were to do everything that you wanted them to do, you wouldn't accept it. You would dismiss it as
Oh, they
CGI.
get dollars, man. They could do whatever they want.
Yeah, you want to know what they choose to do with that money? Land
They
shit on
make how much
Mars.
space agencies make?
You know what they choose
well,
to do with that money? They choose to land shit on Mars.
Right, because Mars is real.
Yep, I
course it is.
measured the distance to it.
they literally
Dude,
just
you
landed
meant-
something on it today.
And I also saw Olympus Mons. I'll send you that image that was taken from a telescope that we actually own.
But to
You
quickly
act-
answer your question, Josh, you said how much do space agencies make? So you're saying how much does NASA
Yeah.
make, right? Well, NASA doesn't make
Well,
anything.
all of them. Like,
No,
think that
NASA.
there's so many
hold
of them.
on. NASA
It's like
specifically.
Colt, right?
Josh, hold on.
It would take
NASA specifically
Colt, right?
don't. Josh, hold on. Let me speak. NASA specifically don't make any money at all. They have a They have a budget which is given to them. Hold on. Listen. They have a budget that is given to them
goodness.
by the federal agencies. That's it. They don't make any money. They are allocated money by the government and told, do this with this money. Every single cent of what
They're
NASA
all
spends
Freemasons.
can be.
Yeah.
No, they're
Cult.
not.
The Freemason cult.
Hold on.
The satanic Freemason cult.
Josh, just listen and answer this one question for me, okay?
But no matter what you say, it's all the Freemason satanic cult.
Josh,
It's all about
Josh,
Satan.
just answer
There
me
is
this
no
question.
God.
Josh,
Just
hold
spinning
on.
in a universe that's never going anywhere. But
Josh,
you never
take
see
a
This is
deep
anything.
exactly what I was
breath.
talking
Take a-
about.
take a
You don't
deep
actually
breath.
care for the answer, which is why you're over talking and not actually listening
Yeah.
to the answers to the question that you yourself
I
are
don't.
asking.
Dude, answers are stupidity. You're using your mathematical proof and your mathematical measurements.
Fact,
Good
yes.
for you.
Observations, dude. We're
I'm
using
using my
observations.
faith in God.
Yeah,
So good
but
for
God's,
me.
God's
need to
irrelevant.
find, do I need to find a passage in the Holy Book that says, "Thou shalt understand what the arctan function is"?
What? Yeah, go get it.
Is that what's going to take for you to actually listen to the answer?
Yeah.
No,
So,
not even that.
right.
I'm not
let me ask the
Bible
question
thumper.
then.
I'm not gonna strictly say
You really
everything
are,
out of the
but-
Bible to prove my point.
Well, that's
right,
what
let
you're doing.
me-
You're dismissing
yeah.
everything that we have out of hand simply because it disagrees with your view.
Now, let me ask you
Who's
this
to say
question that I
you're-
was getting
who's
to,
to
Josh.
say you're not right? Who's to say you're
Josh.
wrong? Who's to say you're right? And who's to
Oh,
say you're
goodness.
You want to
wrong?
know who can say that I'm wrong? If you do the observation yourself, you do the measurement yourself, and you come to a different answer than I did. That's how you can make the claim that I am wrong. Everything that I posted is testable. You can do it yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Do it yourself.
Okie dokie,
But
then I will do all.
I want to get back to my question for you, Josh. Right, about NASA and their budget. Right, that budget
Yeah,
that NASA is given. Do you know that every single cent of that budget is traceable? Every single cent is accounted for. As a federal agency, they have to have a transparency about what they're doing with their money, and you can literally go and see every single cent that NASA spend and what it's spent on. So, you know,
Yeah, you can see a lot of old documents on NASA saying that it is a flat surface, it's a flat disc.
They've
Like,
never said that.
you can
once.
see that too, but like that shit you got to look into, and you got to find old fucking files. And
we've
through it,
seen
like,
all those, but none of them say the Earth is flat. Just like the Bible
well,
doesn't say the Earth is flat.
Well, okay.
Right. So the fact is, we can measure things that are in space. We can measure that the Earth rotates. How can we measure these things? We can measure the curve. How can we measure these things if they don't exist?
Right. Things that trip me out is like the vacuum of space and stuff like that. Wouldn't you have? I don't know.
Wouldn't you have what?
I don't
What about
know.
the vacuum?
Lost right now. But
What about the vacuum?
well, like the space vacuum and stuff. Like, how do you have the vacuum of space or whatever it is that, like, you know what I mean? Like, they tell you in school that like you know you can't breathe in space or whatever. The oxygen will like come right out of you and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. You see all these
astronauts have
movies too that say
spacesuits.
like if you pop a hole in something in space, it'll suck everything out and it's gone. Like, you know, like. What about that? Like,
Alien 3 isn't
wouldn't
real,
there have to be
by
a
the way.
container around the Earth?
There is no container around the Earth.
Well, kind of
Well,
there is,
all,
Reds. It's
like,
called
there has to be
gravity.
something.
It contains the air. It meets the criteria of being a container because gravity needs a force to overcome it. You have to exert energy
He means
to
a
get
physical
past it.
barrier when he says
Yeah.
that word, though.
I know they that's what they mean, but that's
Oh,
part of their
no,
problem
like-
is that they expect there to be a physical barrier when you actually don't need a physical barrier to contain a pressurized system.
Correct.
Okay.
I was able
Reasonable.
I was able to film a few rocket launches, actually
Yeah,
over
really
60 of them.
rocket.
And
That's
hang
like
on,
okay.
hang
Oh
on,
yeah, you go
hang
ahead.
on.
But
When I was filming a few rocket launches, you could actually see the gases coming out of the back of the rocket. And as they get higher and higher, they would expand outward as they were going into less and less atmospheric pressure. You were literally seeing these rockets go into a vacuum, thus showing that they can go into a vacuum and not cross any physical barrier since, you know, the rocket didn't crash into anything.
right. Yeah.
I have that video on my channel as well, and I'll share it in the live chat too. And Fight, you can send it to him at your earliest convenience.
Yeah, we can put it up now if you want to see that, because we can show you literally gases expanding into the vacuum of space that you say doesn't exist.
Okay, so what happened with the Go Fast rocket? Why didn't it go into space? Why did it just stop?
Oh, right. Okay.
It didn't just stop.
Yeah.
What makes you think it just stopped?
Because it shows on the video that it just stops. It hits. It like literally just stops. Like there's no explaining
it
that
stops
to
spinning,
me.
yeah.
Like and people will sit there. There's a yo-yo or whatever that slows it down and stops it that fast. But
yeah, that's called a yo-yo D-spin mechanism.
Yeah,
and
I've looked it up, and yeah, I get that, but that's kind of hard to, I don't know, grasp, I guess.
Well, there's
nowadays
one
you
thing,
can't do
Josh,
personal like that anymore.
There's one thing you
Josh,
should know about that.
You're not allowed
Josh,
to do that. Have a permit through, I
Josh,
don't know who, but
Josh,
Right,
there's one
yeah,
thing
Josh, hold on.
you should know though. We actually interviewed the guy who made the Go Fast rocket. Would you like to see that interview? It's only a few minutes long. Because he actually explains the yo-yo mechanism that he himself put on that specific rocket. He was the creator. We interviewed him.
okay.
All right, if you got that, send that to me, Reds, and I'll put that up now.
Absolutely. I'll find the timestamp for you so you can play it for everyone. But here's the video right now. Stand by for a timestamp. Stand by.
Okay. So just for the audience, the video that Josh is talking about is this one of the GoPro on a rocket that appears to show it just stopping. Obviously, at the moment, as it's going up, it's rotating.
All right,
fast.
Fight, I need you to play that video at 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Pipe the audio through. 3 minutes, 25 seconds.
All right, let me... So, yeah, in that video, it shows that the rocket just kind of stops.
Yep. 3 minutes, 25 seconds. Play it from that point.
Right. The Flat Earth Corvette challenge, yeah?
Yes, correct. 3 minutes, 25 seconds.
Let me just get that loaded in to vMix.
Thank you.
All right, just give me 1 sec, Josh, and we'll get that video up for you.
No problem.
And just to give people some context for those of you in the live chat right now, this is the creator of the Go Fast rocket. My friend Astronomy Live was able to interview him. He was very kind and was willing to answer a few questions. And so this is the resulting video that came out of that conversation.
What was the timestamp again, sorry?
3 minutes, 25 seconds. And then
are cheap and they get a very nice shot. So because we had to spin this and we wanted to get good shots of Earth, we decided to build a D-spin. And basically it was a cable that was wrapped around it with a weight. And once we got it at the altitude where we were at, pushed a button, it unspun, and it's just like a yo-yo. For every action is equal and opposite reaction. So that's the sound you hear go. Well, what it did, it didn't hit no dome or anything like that. That stopped it from spinning. The next sound that you hear is ding. That is a piece of C4 that's wrapped around the body itself, and the booster just fell off, and you'll see the booster, and it didn't hit no dome because that thing is still going well over 400 miles an hour, that is still traveling. And the payload is still traveling at that point. And you'll see, if you look further on, you'll see that it's actually pulled way away from the booster, and the booster is floating in space also at that point. Then you'll see it turning over, and you'll see the Earth itself.
Beautiful.
Looks pretty flat right there.
Again, it did not hit a dome. And it's very simple. If you take a baseball and throw it straight up in the air, will it keep on going till it hits a dome, or will it hit inertia and come back to you? Well, that's basically what happened with our space shot. It just ran.
There we go. So that's the explanation for what happened with that rocket.
Thank you so much.
I agree. Yeah, totally.
So we were able to interview him. We were able to confirm the yo-yo D-spin mechanism. We were able to confirm it didn't hit a dome. We were able to confirm all these things by interviewing the guy who built it.
Okay. That's so convincing to me.
Are you being sarcastic, Josh?
Am I being sarcastic? Fuck yeah, I'm being sarcastic. Like, that was believable. Like, I'm gonna believe that you just showed me a video of the guy that fucking built that. Like, who knows who that fucking guy is?
That's literally the guy that built it.
It could be that's just sitting there saying, like, he knows everything. He doesn't know shit. Like, that
he
dude
built it. What? I'm sorry, who the fuck are you to say he doesn't know what the hell it is? He built the damn thing.
He built the damn thing. How do I know he built the damn thing?
Look it up, jackass. The entire internet is at your fingertips.
This is what amazes me, Josh.
Josh, the actual guy that was on the team of the Go Fast rocket, and make sure that he's in there.
So this is what we call denial. This is what we call denial.
We're on the team of that. I would love to.
You're in full denial mode right now.
Yeah. This is what really amazes me is that you hold on. You literally have the entire Josh. Hold on. You literally have the entirety of human knowledge at your fingertips. Even the ability to check who this guy is, and you refuse to do it because it will disprove your nonsense.
Check all the other people that were supposedly helping him with it and find out the truth in it.
What truth? What truth are you on about?
The truth that it hit something.
But it didn't.
It didn't. If it would have hit something, it would have basically destroyed the rocket. It didn't.
Exploded.
I don't know. You never know. Maybe it's something that's not that, maybe it's not something that's solid.
But is able to stop something.
It has the ability to de-spin a rocket without crushing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So magic is what you're saying.
Well, I believe in a wizard, apparently, so yeah.
You do believe in a sky wizard, that is right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you guys like to call it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's pretty easy to debunk anything from the Bible. Quickly, I'll do it now. You can't ever show me a talking snake, a talking donkey, a burning bush that talks, the sun stopping in the sky, or pi being 3. Those 5 things debunk the Bible.
By the way, the dude that you said, oh, how do I know he did it? He has a YouTube channel, and I just placed his YouTube channel in the live chat so you all can watch it. And he has the entire video series on actually building the Go Fast rocket.
Oh, okay, no shit, you can actually see him building it as well, man.
Yeah, I'll go watch it and see it.
Yeah, Kai the Rocket Man.
Yo inside the rocket as he's doing it.
I'm seeing videos of him doing other rocket projects as well. So he's not just doing this one. This is a legit hobby of his.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Let's see more.
So let me just quickly show you this.
I watched a bunch of high altitude balloons too. With Fisheye Land.
We can talk about high altitude balloons because I've got a good friend that actually did one. But this quickly is what a yo-yo D-spin is, right? This is what the mechanism is, okay? So as you can see, it's spinning, right? Now, what they do as it releases, see, it just stops that velocity because that causes an opposite reaction. So it just stops the rotational velocity. That's what was inside that rocket.
I agree, yeah.
Okay, so why do you keep
I
saying it
agree
hit
with
dome
that,
then?
but I would like to see the video that you say he's building this rocket. Like, I'd
Yeah,
like to see him put that in my rocket.
The link's in the chat of this live stream,
It's
so you can
not.
easily go and
It's
see
not
that.
a video. It's a series of videos. We're not going to play every single one of them here. That's why I gave you the link so you can see them for yourself.
So he videotaped himself building this rocket, but didn't take step by step of what he's putting in it.
Yes, he did. That's what we're saying. Oh my goodness.
That's what we're showing you. That's literally the entire channel. That's the entire premise of the channel.
Building that rocket, everything, the components, the D-spin mechanism, the guidance computer, the Arduino sockets that they have to use, the connectors.
His video's going all the way back 9 years.
Don't they program a Raspberry Pi for certain functions of it, Reds, and like have that as the transmission computer?
Yep, that's what he was explaining with the separation wire.
Yeah. So
yeah, I get that, but how do you know
there.
he actually put it in the rocket, or how do you know he didn't actually not put it in the rocket, and maybe he's just saying he did, and like who knows? Like maybe there's a bunch of maybes in it.
Because Occam's razor leads you to believe that he didn't just fake it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Occam's razor does.
Okay,
So,
I'll do another one.
What's the better assumption, that this dude who has documentation of him actually building a rocket actually built a rocket, or that he decided to spend a lot of time to fool little old you?
Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that are evil and like to fool people and trick people.
Yeah, Eric Dubay, for instance, he lies all the time.
Jeranism is another one.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of flat
Not
earthers
really
actually.
I wouldn't really say he's my hero. I've seen a couple of his videos. They're pretty decent,
Eric
you know,
Dubay.
give or take.
Are you saying Eric Dubay?
But, huh?
Eric Dubay, are you talking about?
Yeah, he's
Know,
decent. Like I would. Hero.
No, he's
like,
a liar. He
not
lies.
Somebody like,
I've literally caught him lying specifically about things that he says. Eric Dubay is a liar and a con man. I proved that in my video about him in 2019, in March. He literally lies in his 200 proofs of a flat earth. So many of the images and stuff that he uses from that, he is straight up lying about the data behind them. Eric Dubay is a con man and a liar. And here's the thing, Josh, he doesn't think the earth is flat. He just wants your money.
Oh, I've never given him any money.
But lots of flat earthers have. Lots of flat earthers have.
I wouldn't give any flat earther money. That just makes no sense as a flat earther.
Well, then why do so many flat earthers try and get lots and lots of money off of people?
Because they're not real flat earthers.
Yeah. So is Nathan Oakley a real flat earther?
They're the ones that make us look bad and make us look retarded, I guess.
Like Eric Dubay, for instance.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
I guess.
Say it, Reds.
I guess you could say don't make us look. If he's trying to merchandise it and sell it, like if you want to write books and stuff, I could see that's okay. Like everybody can be an artist or a book writer or whatever and sell their books for money. But like if you're trying to slang like stickers and shirts and hats and you ever yourself as NASA's level, you're trying to sell merchandise like NASA is.
Hey, Josh, quick question. Do you by any chance know what a no true Scotsman fallacy is?
A what?
I'll take that as a no. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Hell no.
So Josh,
never heard of it.
You also say that the Earth is not rotating, right? You say it's completely motionless.
No, I think it's a flat plane. I don't know I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like I'm on say we're on a huge piece of wood or something like that. And we're a circle on the piece of wood. And then there's continents and everything, and the Antarctic is surrounding us. Nobody knows what's beyond the past of that. Nobody knows what's up either.
So I've been to Antarctica. Here's the thing. I've been to Antarctica.
What goes up comes down.
Dude,
you never know what's
Josh, hold on.
You never know what's you're never gonna know.
Josh, stop. Two things. I've been to Antarctica. Okay. There is no giant wall. There's nothing beyond. It's a continent. And also for the curve, let me show you a quick video.
Bird was just a liar.
Let me show you a quick. Hold on.
Went to the ice wall and showed all the documents of the ice wall and everything.
There is no ice wall, Josh. I've literally been there. But as for the curve, all right, let me show you a quick video of a flat earther. All right, hold on.
What?
Here's a quick video of a flat earther showing that there's curve. All right, pay attention.
If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water, the Earth is flat.
Oh my goodness.
If he's
I've
holding
seen
it up
it
to 23 feet
before.
high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there?
Okay.
Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, it's as, we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting. Interesting there.
Yeah, so flat earthers even show that there's a curve. How is there not a curve if that happened?
How do you know that they're real flat earthers? Like, come on now. Do you really think like
No true Scotsman
my
fallacy.
God.
That's what you're doing. You're doing the no true Scotsman
what
fallacy.
do you where did you get that video from? Like what was that from? The Netflix video behind the curve?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you're going to attack the source, that's also the genetic fallacy. The fact is, they measured. They recorded that happening live. Jeranism doesn't deny that happened. It actually happened, and there's the evidence of it. It doesn't matter if it's on Netflix or if it's on BitChute. It's just as valid. It happened. There's the evidence. There is a curve. But there's also someone in this call right now that has recorded the curve. Isn't that right, Reds?
Hi.
Yeah. So, do you want me to get up the Tampa Bay observation and you show him the curve?
Yeah. Do you still have that link from the last time or no?
Yeah, it's on my bookmarks, so I'll just grab it quickly.
All right, perfect.
right,
What
Josh,
I
watch
did
this.
was I took the Nikon P1000, the camera that flat earthers told me to buy. They wouldn't accept footage from anything other than a Nikon for some reason. So I guess they're taking stock.
No,
Anyway, that's the Skyway Bridge. That's the Skyway Bridge. That's where I was. I was on the north side of the Skyway Bridge. If you look towards Tampa, there's the camera that I was using. If you look towards Tampa, you'll be looking over 24 miles of water. There's also MacDill Air Force Base in the way, but we'll ignore that for now. So 24 miles to Tampa. That's the distance that we're looking at. So that's the north side of the Skyway Bridge. Now check this out. Tampa was found on the horizon, so this is an image of the viewfinder showing that this is legit. I actually filmed this, so no CGI, no nothing. This is my cell phone taking a picture of the Nikon. That's the image that I captured right there. That's Tampa. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blink between this image of Tampa and one that is a lot closer. See where the water line is from my vantage point on the north side of the Skyway Bridge? There's a giant hump of water in the way.
But like, what about the atmosphere and the fog and all that stuff? Like, don't you
What
put
fog?
that in?
I can see the towers just fine.
Yeah, please point us out the fog in this image, Josh.
Well, not the fog, but like, you know, like the water puts off like, oh my goodness. I live by a lake, so you know, like, how do I explain to that? I'm not that smart to explain it to you guys that way. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the vapor or whatever it is that flares off water with sun and everything. Like it cuts off the
fog. There is no fog. I can see the towers just fine.
Not fog. It's
I think he's trying to say the word refraction, but he doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, something like that. Like, no, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
something like that.
Refraction.
What are you actually
you
saying?
Yeah, refraction can allow you to see a little further sometimes, but generally refraction makes light bend down over a curve. So what you need to explain to us, Josh, is where the bottom of these buildings are. Because there's two options here, right? Either those buildings are being blocked by a big hump of water, or we need to tell somebody because a lot of people are about to drown. Which one is it?
I think you need to tell some people that they're about to drown, man.
I mean,
Which
that
is
would be
very
the other
weird.
option.
I went to Tampa that same day. There wasn't any water in the street.
Maybe you can't just get a camera that good enough. Like, I don't know.
It's this is 3,000 millimeters. What more do you want?
More.
More.
Yeah,
Never
turn the Hubble
enough.
telescope around me. Show me
It's
in my
never
house.
enough. That's why I keep telling people it's never enough.
Josh, come on.
You're
The
never
Hubble
gonna break a flat earther. It doesn't really matter. It's my belief. Why do you want to break
excuse
me so
me.
badly?
It's
You could
not.
believe.
It's not
You could
about
believe that it's a
beliefs.
globe
This is
all you
about objective
want.
facts. And I have broken many flat earthers. That's why there's an entire playlist on my channel called "Interviews with Ex-Flat Earthers."
Ex flat earthers. I will never be an ex flat earther.
I mean, if
I
you
will
want to stay
always believe the
retarded, that's your
Bible and
point.
believe
That's your...
created this
Yeah, but
earth
the
and
Bible doesn't
the
say the Earth
stars
is
and the
flat.
heavens revolve around us. Like I will
So you're
always
going to
believe in
ignore.
that
You're
until
going
the
to
day I
ignore
die.
facts. So you're going to ignore facts for the sake of belief.
Oh hell yeah!
Why
I
would
have
you
faith
ignore
in
facts?
God.
Why couldn't God have made a globe and a vast universe? Is he not powerful enough?
Because God sits above the circle of the earth. He looks down at all of us.
Yeah, tell me what a ball looks like when you're looking at it. Does it look like a circle from each side? Possibly.
No, but how could you see people from underneath it?
How could you see people from underneath?
Because
How could you
God
look
is
at how could you look
omnipresent.
at all
Yeah.
of your creation when you're like that? That doesn't make no sense, man. Come
Josh,
on,
Josh,
explain it to yourself.
Josh. The
If
Bible
you were
describes
God
God
and
as omnipresent, which
you look
means
down on a circle, not
Josh,
a globe where you can't see people.
Josh, the Bible describes God as omnipresent. It doesn't need to be flat for him to see anything. He can see all things at the same time, regardless of the geometry of the shape that those beings are on.
No, he looks down on us and sees all of us.
Oh, okay. You just ignore what the Bible says then.
Yeah. Cool. So can you show me
My
God?
belief.
No, can you point me out to God? In
You're
fact, can you do me a
belief,
favor?
and it's
Josh,
what I want to believe in.
Josh, can you do me a favor? Can you get God to come and knock on my door and perform a miracle?
Oh man, I don't know. I've never talked to him before. I've only prayed to him, and
Yeah, there's
I've been pretty
no one's
blessed.
listening. God doesn't exist, Josh. All right, it's as simple as
No,
that.
God doesn't exist.
And if God does exist, then
exists
there
you and
no,
that's
there is or there isn't, right? And if God does exist, Josh, then there is no reason why God could not have made a globe in a vast, wonderful universe, instead of making a little snow globe to keep people in, which is physically impossible. All right?
Not really.
You, by saying the Bible says the earth is flat, are committing heresy.
I never
right?
said the Bible says the earth is flat. When did I say that?
You said
I
that
just
to me a
said
whole
that
bunch of
it says a
times
lot
in our
about
conversation.
the shape of the earth. You know, like I'm pretty sure if God wanted to say he was sitting above the circle of the earth, he would have said I was sitting above the sphere of the earth, watching it hurtle through space.
Actually, the word globe does appear in that phrase in the original translations. So if you actually look back to the original translations, it doesn't say a circle. It actually says a globe.
Did you know that? Says a globe. Okay.
Yeah. Did you also know that? Did you also know that? Hold on. Did you also know that the Bible is
what
just?
What do you get out of?
Hold on. Did you know that the Bible is literally just plagiarized stories from previous religions?
Yeah, I love the book of Joshua. That's my favorite one because my name is Joshua, so I love reading the book of Joshua. And same thing with the book of Daniel.
Cool. I love
those. They're really good stuff.
I love the book of the Green Lantern Corps. That one's one of my favorites. Have you read that one?
So what is your whole like goal on all this? Why are you so fixated on flat earthers?
Because it's not okay to say the earth is flat when it's an objective lie. It's not okay to deny. It's not okay to deny centuries. Hold on. It's not okay to deny centuries and centuries of scientific knowledge and advancement for the sake of a belief. And your belief is wrong because the church, the Bible that you follow, does not say the earth is flat.
You went to the moon, right?
No, I don't believe we went to the moon. No, I don't believe we went to the moon. I know we went to the moon because the evidence suggests that to be a fact.
Then why did Buzz Aldrin tell an 8-year-old little girl that he didn't?
He didn't say that. He said they didn't
go
back.
He didn't say that.
No, he didn't. He said that they didn't go back. You've taken one tiny little bit out of context, which is called cherry picking.
Dude, you gotta go watch that video.
I've watched the video, Josh, but he spends that entire video telling that 8-year-old girl about his time on the moon. And then she asks the question, why haven't we gone back? And he's explaining that we didn't go, we didn't go there. We didn't go back. because of money. He explains, the question she asks is, why haven't we gone back? And then he goes into a long answer about the money and the politics and why they haven't gone back. In his old age, he says, we didn't go there, when he's talking about going back. But that is the conversation that is being had. Buzz Aldrin landed on the fucking moon. And if you ask him, he will say that they went to the moon. If you are trying to say that he says that he didn't go to the moon, that's another fallacy. It's called the fallacy of stolen concept.
Oh, also one other thing about Buzz Aldrin. One person actually said he didn't go to the moon, right to him, and that conspiracy nut ended up getting punched in the face by Buzz.
Oh, that was beautiful.
So yeah, he will tell you to your face that he went to the moon, and if you get back in his face, he'll punch the shit out of you.
Yeah, you'd get pretty offended if you were caught in a lie too.
No, you get pretty offended if you spent your life studying and trying to do something amazing, then someone tells you you're a liar. You'd be pretty annoyed. Now, Josh, I want to run through a hypothetical situation with you, okay? So I'm a 12-year-old boy, right? And I fucking love space, and I want to be an astronaut. So that's what I do. I study. I push myself to be an astronaut. I try and get the right qualifications. I spend years at college and university, years of rejections from Air Forces and NASA. And eventually, after years and years of working my ass off, I get accepted to be an astronaut at NASA. I go to NASA. I turn up for my first day of work, excited that my lifetime of work and perseverance has paid off. And they go, actually, you know what? It's all a fucking lie. The Earth's flat. What do you think I'm going to think? As that person that has trained their entire life off that passion, gets there ready to go to space, and they say, actually, it's all a lie. There is no space. The Earth's flat. What is that person? What am I gonna think?
I don't know. You
don't think I'd be a bit pissed off and tell somebody?
Okay, you know so much. Okay, what was that guy that pretty much created NASA? What was his name?
Warner von Braun.
Think of it. Yeah, okay. Why did he put that on his tombstone?
Because it's talking about the firmament, which in the original Hebrew translations of the Bible means expanse.
Expanse.
Yes. Not dome, expanse.
So what does expanse mean?
What do you think it means? Expanse. Space.
Space.
Do you not know what the word expanse means?
Expanse from space.
There's literally a sci-fi series called The Expanse that's about space, but
It's about.
Yeah, so there was no way ever that it meant dome. In the chat, right, Justin Frank says it means, possibly it could mean, or the heavens. Now, Warner von Braun was religious, right? He died having a belief in God, but he never didn't have a belief in the globe, because a belief in God couldn't totally include a belief about the globe. And according to the religion that you apparently follow, the Earth is a globe and not flat. The official position of the Catholic Church and all the seminaries that train all the priests and stuff is that the Earth is a globe. No one in the religion gets told that the Earth is flat. You are, by saying that it is flat according to God and the Bible, committing heresy.
Heresy.
Yes.
But I don't push it on anybody. I just like to mess around with
heresy. You absolutely do push it on people.
I believe.
You spend your time on Facebook
Who do I
telling
on?
people that believe in
You,
the
if you
globe.
want into it or not. Like, I'm not pushing anything. I never told
you
hey
are.
man, you gotta believe.
You go on Facebook telling people that don't believe what you believe that they're idiots and they're wrong and that they're satanic.
No, because
and stuff.
that's what you guys all say for what I. Why isn't that? I can't say it back to you guys.
Well, if people weren't lying, then we wouldn't have to argue with you, would you? Would we? All right. The flat Earth does not exist.
All right. What's the big outcome on this whole thing?
That the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah, that's your big outcome.
Well, it's a fact that the Earth isn't flat. The Earth is a globe.
Okay,
it's been measured.
Your big outcome. The Earth is flat.
The Earth has been measured, dude. The Earth has been measured.
Then that's good for you. What's
no, not
the
for
whole,
me.
Like,
for facts.
I don't get it. Like, explain to me what this whole point is. You're gonna try to make you go back to believing in the globe again? Like, that's not gonna happen.
Frankly, I don't think you have a high enough intelligence to ever understand that as fact.
No,
you will stay in your little retarded world and think that the Earth is a magic flying frisbee created by some magic sky daddy.
Yep, that's what I do.
Yeah, so that means you're dumb.
Yeah, I believe in God. I guess I'm dumb.
No, not because you believe in God. You can believe in God. That's cool. I have many friends that believe in God. There is a fellow debunker that debates flat earthers that is a very stout Christian. But there is not a belief in God that means you have to believe that the earth is flat. If God is God and is all powerful, then he could have created a globe in a vast, wonderful universe. Don't force your interpretation onto what everyone else says is wrong.
So that's fine.
See, but this is the thing. It's not about
That's
beliefs,
fine
Josh,
with
right?
me.
It's an objective
Is that
fact
what
that
you
the
want out
earth
of
is...
this?
Josh, it's not okay to say the earth is flat. It is an objective fact
It's
that
okay.
the earth is a globe.
It is.
No, it's not.
I
It's
can
not
say
okay
it's
to
flat all I
lie.
want. Well,
Why do
freedom
you
of
think
speech is called being me.
Why do you think it's okay to lie?
Why can't I?
Why
Why
do you think
can't I
it's
say this earth is flat? Why can't I imagine that this earth is flat?
because it's a
Can I
lie.
answer this question?
Yeah,
The
go
reason
on.
Well,
why
that's
you
good for
can't
you.
is
You
the
can
same
think it's a
exact
lie all you
reason.
want. I don't think it's a lie.
Josh, hold on. You asked the question.
The reason why is for the same exact reason we don't allow children to get away with saying that 2 + 2 = 5. It is demonstrably false.
Okay, I won't do that, but I'll definitely say that my Earth is flat and I'm living
it's
on
not.
a motionless
But you're
flat
not.
plane.
You're
That's
not,
like
though.
saying
Revolve.
hey, your 2 + 2 can equal 4, but my 2 + 2 can equal 5.
Yeah. This isn't something you can have opinions about, Josh. You can't have an opinion about an objective fact. You can't look at a cube and go, well, in my world, that's a triangle. That's not how it works. A cube is a cube, the earth is a globe, 1 + 1 is 2, and you're a fucking moron. These are facts.
Hey Josh, let me
I
ask you a
guess
question.
I guess you got all the answers, so
Josh, if you put a Rubik's cube in front of me and I said that's not a cube, that's a pyramid, what would you think of me?
I think you'd be being sarcastic.
No, but let's just say that that actually happened, and I were to say, no, that's not a cube.
Different level though.
This is a hypothetical, dude. If we were to actually go through this fucking exercise where you put a Rubik's cube in front of me, and I were to say, no, that's not a cube, that's a pyramid, you would say, no, this is a cube. This is a demonstrable fact. This is a cube. Would you not?
I guess. But what if he was taught that it was a cube?
It doesn't matter what you taught. A cube
as
is a
in,
cube.
will you actually do it? Or okay.
And a cube to him was a square, or a square to him was a cube. I don't know.
This isn't a to him thing. That's what I'm trying to get through to you. In reality, a cube is a cube, a pyramid is a pyramid. They are not the same shape.
Yeah.
And so if you go around telling people that a cube is a pyramid, you're feeding them false information, and with certain types of false information,
I don't tell
that
people,
can
hey,
be
no,
dangerous.
the Earth isn't a globe. It's flat. I
people that.
in as a flat object, and I believe in the flat Earth.
You call globers idiots.
Funny because they used to be so much better.
Josh,
like those groups were fun back in the day. And
Josh, the reason you and I hold on,
Globers being bullies on people's beliefs and saying God doesn't exist.
Stop. Just take a deep breath, right? The reason you and I are talking right now is because you were pushing it on Facebook. You were telling people that you are right and they are wrong, and that they are idiots for not believing the same thing that you believe.
They're doing the same thing to me.
Doesn't
Why
matter.
not?
You are the one that thinks that you're all better and God has this. So why do you have the right to do it? But they are objectively correct,
better than
and you
anyone.
are objectively wrong.
Know me.
Right? So, well, then why would you do this?
Dude,
and then why would you do that? And then tell us that we're not allowed to do it to you? You are the one that is going online, arguing with people, pushing the flat Earth on social media, where people that are maybe less inclined to understand physics, like you, could get pushed into a false narrative and a false belief. That is wrong. What you are doing is wrong. If you want to keep it to yourself, that's absolutely fine. Keep it to your fucking self. But don't go online and tell people that the Earth is flat.
Keep it to your fucking self.
It's not okay to say the Earth is flat. And if you come on to Facebook or anything and say the Earth is flat, people like me are going to challenge you, because it's not okay to lie.
It's not okay to lie. Don't lie.
No, don't lie.
I understand,
it's not okay
man.
to say the Earth is flat.
Definitely
That's a
understand
lie.
where you're coming. I totally get it. I understand where you're coming from, man. It's not okay to lie.
Yeah, so don't lie. Don't tell people the Earth is flat because that's a lie.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want, man.
So you're a liar then. You're happy to be a liar.
I'll do whatever I want.
Doesn't the Bible teach that lying is a sin?
Dude, I'm a sinner. Jesus, whatever. I'm a sinner. I'm not a perfect person. What do you think?
So you're
Oh my
happy
God,
to be a liar.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, so you're happy
You think
to be
I'm
a liar.
saint?
You're the one claiming
Dude,
you
it's not
follow
a
the
lie.
Bible.
Lie to you.
Dude, you don't have to be a saint to be intellectually honest.
It's not a lie to me. It feels right to me. It feels true to me.
But it's not true. It's a lie. You have been lied to,
Okay,
and you are
then.
propagating this lie.
That's fine.
Looking at
Then
follow
what's
the
the
facts.
problem? What's
Because
the
it's a
problem
lie.
with me believing in this lie?
Because it's not okay to lie, and it's not okay to ignore all of the physical points of the universe unless you want to live in some kind of mental hospital. You're a parent. You got people that look up to you. It's not okay to be a liar and show other people, especially your own kids, that it's okay to lie.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
You understand that, right? It's not okay. You have a responsibility.
I have a responsibility. It's not okay to lie. I'm gonna totally believe in this from now on because of all the facts and all NASA and everything.
Yeah,
that
the
you
facts
told me,
absolutely should make you believe in the
everybody
globe.
else's facts.
But it's not I say believe. Believe isn't the right word. You should have that as your position because the facts say that.
No,
because the Earth has been measured.
I'm right.
The rotation of the Earth has been
all
measured.
these facts, all this proof.
But
I'm gonna believe in it all, dude.
Just answer me one question. Answer me, Josh. Just all right. This conversation's going nowhere, so we're probably gonna
and ask you all my questions in life.
Well, you shouldn't ask liars. That's for sure. Right, but answer me a simple question. All right, why is there no evidence of the Earth being flat? None at all. No measurements, no accurate model, no map, no way of navigating, no explanation for natural phenomena. Why is there no evidence?
The map is just a globe just flattened. Like,
it's
how
a
is that
projection
even
of a globe.
possible? Like, it wouldn't work out.
It's a projection of a globe.
Like,
The way
the
listen, hold on. Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question. The way the Gleason map works is it's called an azimuthal equidistant projection map. All right.
Yes.
Distances from the center outwards are correct. Okay. But the further you go away from the center, distances east and west become more and more distorted. In the patent for the Gleason map that Gleason created, he explained how it is a projection of a globe and how the further away from the center you get, the longitude and latitude are more distorted the further away from the center that you get. And that it cannot be used for navigation east to west in that way because it doesn't match reality. The Gleason's map is simply an azimuthal equidistant projection map based on the North Pole. Nothing more. You couldn't use that to navigate around the world. Because according to that map...
You would just royally screw up your navigation.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine trying to go across Australia using the Gleason maps, Red?
Oh boy, I would be fucked.
Yeah. Wait, why am I in the ocean? It says I've got another 2,000 miles to go. Yeah.
For some reason, in the middle of the desert, I see jellyfish.
All right. Now, there may be some questions from the audience, Josh. So I'm going to quickly have a look and just see if you can answer any of these questions from the audience. But first of all, I've got a quick question for you. All right. It's a little bit of a maths question, right? So if I've got a triangle and this triangle has sides of 1, 1, and 1, what would the internal angles be?
Oh my God, I have no idea. Pass. Don't know.
Okay, so the number 10 to the negative 17, is that a positive or a negative number?
Man, I don't know. Give me some like framing measurements and stuff like that, like angles and stuff. I don't know. What do you want?
I literally just asked you about angles. I literally just asked you about angles and you didn't know. So what is 5 divided by 0?
5 divided by 0. Shit. 5 divided by 0. I don't know. I'm too drunk right now to deal with those numbers.
Yeah, cool. Brilliant.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
You said angles. Let me try this. If I have a right triangle, side A is 1, side B is 1. What's the length of the hypotenuse?
What? I don't use that in framing. Well, I don't
What?
think I do. I might, but I don't really think
You
of it in
don't use
that way.
Pythagoras theorem.
Kind of say,
Oh, fucking
like, what do you want? You want the pitch of the roof? Like, you want the what do you want from me?
Wow.
I feel like
So,
this is going nowhere. You guys are right.
we've got-
Like, what do you
so-
want?
Asylum in the chat asks for $2.
I'm just a big fat liar, and I believe in the flat Earth. Like, what
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want?
I want you to answer these questions quickly. So Asylum in the chat for $2 Australian says, why is all navigation based on a globe?
No, flight navigation is what?
All navigation, this is coming from a pilot, by the way. Asylum is a pilot. All navigation is based on a globe, especially in planes. Like this is an objective fact. If you don't believe me, then you need to research what the Haversine
I've seen a lot of
formula is.
people out there that are pilots and stuff like that. They say that they don't dip the nose down every time they go over the curvature. It's pretty
No,
much
you
flat.
wouldn't.
They just
You wouldn't need
they
to.
reach altitude and they fly flat.
Yeah,
And then when they get ready to land, they down and go down.
Watch
to
Red's
land.
most recent video on the channel.
I literally made a video debunking that assertion.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to point your nose down. That's right. Okay, so someone in the chat asks if you want a 30-degree pitch, what is the rise over run?
What? Ask me a regular question. What's up with all this math? I'm not a
that
mathematical
was-
person. Like, that's a question for you guys. You guys are the mathematical geniuses.
Well, you were the one that
apparently.
asked about angles and pitch then, and you didn't get it. Let me just check, see if there's any more questions for you. First night.
Whatever.
Meme is an evidence now. I don't think there's any more questions. All right. So Humongous for $2 asks, do you know the speed of Earth's rotation according to the heliocentric?
Now 1,000 miles an hour or something like that, roughly, or I don't know.
Oh my god. So Josh, you don't spin in miles per hour. You please tell me that you know that's a tangential velocity and not a rotational velocity, right?
What?
So do you
Have you ever heard of RPM?
Yeah. Or
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, what is the RPM of the Earth?
I don't know.
0.000694.
Speedy.
So what-
Very, very
So what's
speedy.
that?
What I'm going to do now, Josh, is just for you. I'm going to do a live demonstration of me matching the speed the Earth is rotating. Right? Are you ready? I'm going to move back in my chair a little bit. You're watching. I'm going to spin the exact same speed as the Earth. Ready? I'm doing it. I'm actually spinning the same speed as the Earth right now.
I know it's speedy, ain't it?
Wow. Better hold on, guys.
You might fly off.
Why when you watch the live ISS videos, they show the Earth going pretty quickly, you know? Like
Because the ISS is traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. Fuck me.
That's pretty fucking fast, dude.
Yeah, Red's
Yeah,
measured
but
it.
that's orbital velocity. That's not the rotation of the Earth.
So the ISS is spinning faster than the Earth?
Yeah, ISS is going around the Earth faster than the Earth rotates, yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you not know how orbits? No, of course you don't. Connell Silverfur for $10 says, Josh, I'm a Christian. The Bible does not say the Earth is flat. You are referring to the Hebrew poetry meant to make a spiritual point. Stop trying to use Hebrew poetry to circumvent science. So Christians disagree with you in general.
That's fine. A lot of people disagree with me. What? You make it seem like it's all new to me.
Richard Pudasev for $5 says, can you explain why God is the worst engineer in the multiverse? The trachea right next to the esophagus and the pancreas all show that God is an idiotic engineer. Yeah, if God is so perfect and created us and stuff, why did I have to have one of my organs removed so I didn't die?
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Right.
What kind of question is that?
If God is so perfect and this world was created for us, why, if I eat a peanut, will I probably die? It doesn't seem very perfectly created for me. And I would love you to say something. I would love you to tell somebody in Australia that the world has been perfectly created for them. You know how many things in Australia are trying to kill you every time you step outside? Okay. Yeah, no, that's all the questions for you from the super chats. Thank you everyone for doing that. Josh, I think we have proved here that your knowledge is practically zero. And seriously, I would suggest that you put your beliefs aside and maybe do some research about the physical nature of the universe. Because your
check out
beliefs,
the links I sent you; they'll help.
Yeah.
I'll check out you guys' websites. I appreciate everything that you guys done, man.
If you believe in a God, right?
All,
here's the thing, Josh. Let me just finish. If you believe in a God, all right, and you want to follow the Bible, that's cool. You do you, okay? But don't try and represent that as something it's not. The Bible doesn't say the Earth is flat, and if God is who you say He is, then He could have created a globe in a vast universe. If you do some research, you'll find out that that is actually the facts.
Sounds like a plan, man. I'll keep it to myself for now on.
Well, as long as you don't, push it on Facebook and stuff, you won't have people like me hunting you down.
No, I don't mind.
Don't ever tell your kids it. Definitely don't ever tell your kids it. But thank you, Josh. I know that you wanted to spend some time with your family, so please go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate your time. I really enjoyed this.
Me too. Thank you. Speak to you later.
No problem. That was funny. I lost. I lost. I lost it all.
What? How can you lose?
I don't know. I didn't lose. I still believe in the flat Earth.
Well, then you can win.
I'll just get kicked. That was funny.
What the fuck just happened?
I know, right?
that was something. That was something. I gotta tell you, I don't know where you find these guys, but holy shit, dude.
I literally hunt the fuckers down on Facebook. Like, if I see someone posting like, "Oh, the Earth is flat because this," I message them. If you go through my, let me bring this up so you can see. So I'm not bullshitting you, right? If you have a look at my my Facebook Messenger, it's literally full of me just poking flat earthers for live debate. You up for debate? Here's Waters, always level. Another one. A lot of the time this happens, right? As soon as I say Earth's not flat, they instantly block me. Someone talking about gut science. So if you scroll down here, you can literally see all these people are flat earthers that I spend all day just poking to try and get debates. Ryan Casey, who was in the chat today as exposing Mars tricks, doesn't understand how a solar eclipse can work with reality, even though I've shown him. Yeah, he's actually messaging me right now. Look, he's literally messaging me right now. What's he going to say? Let's see what derp he comes up with. Freeball Monty didn't make it into the discussion. Why? Because I have shown you how an eclipse can work. I have sent you several videos showing you how an eclipse can work. Don't be a dumbass. Yeah, so I spend a lot of time just raking Facebook, and this is just Facebook. I also do it on Instagram and Twitter, to find the idiots, because this is always fucking hilarious. It's never going to stop being funny. The stupidity of flat earthers is never, ever, ever going to stop being funny to me.
Well, I have a suggestion. And I'll leave it up to you on what you want to do, but we can either end the stream right now and leave this as its own standalone video, come back on the air and have a discussion about flatzoids fucking bullshit, or we can do that tomorrow.
Well, I may have another debate tomorrow. So I don't mind right now. We can carry on and have a look at Flatzoid's video.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's say we take a half-hour break.
Yeah, we'll come back in half an hour and come back on and talk about Flatsoid's video.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm going to read the super chats that I got, and then we're shut down, and I'll start another one up, and we can go through Flatsoid's video.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so we've got. Let me just do that. So I move down. New member, Nova. Thank you very much. You fucking awesome person. General E Shady for $2 Australian says the Bible, like you know, it's like flat. Like, yep, exactly, Josh. He's just asked me what the YouTube channel is. It's FTFE. There we go. Back to. I've got too many tabs open, Reds.
Richard, sounds like a you problem.
Richard Pruitt said for $2 says, ah yes, hide God, the world's most useless engineer. Andrew Stoll for $2 with no message. Robeeb for $2 says, imagine choosing your own beliefs. Ryan Casey or Exposing Mars Tricks just messaged back, I'm ridiculous. Everyone tell Exposing Mars Tricks in the chat how much of an idiot he is. Andrew Stoll for $2 says, is this Nathan Thompson's red-headed cousin? Possibly, sounded like the same gene pool. Holy Smalls for $5, why call something word of God if it was written by man? God didn't write it, nor did angels. Fohammer335 for $2 says, Josh, prove it, don't claim it. Asking a flat earther to prove it? Come on now. Small Time Art for $10, thank you, says, please show a side-by-side of this guy and Cletus the slack-jawed yokel from The Simpsons. Some folk will never say the earth is flat, but then again, some folk, like Joshua, the slack-jawed yokel. That actually could have been him. You're right. Conical Reason for $5 Canadian says, I just spoke to God and he thinks Josh is an idiot. I reckon Josh would be I reckon God would be embarrassed that he made Josh. Bombay for $2 Australian. Even his God Emperor Trump believes space is real. Oh, is he a Trumper? Small Time Art for $2. Ethan Hawke and a meth ferret at a stupid kid. Fohammer335 $5 says, all he's doing is being a denialist, making prove his point instead just asking questions and denying the answer. Flat earthers don't do that. What's left for 10 secs? Thank you, with no message. Ziggy I for 51.10 Nokia dollars. Denialism defined. Yeah, it's just if you search denialism, you get a picture of Josh's face. What's left for 50 secs says, another Flerf annihilated by facts and reason. You're awesome. You've rekindled my interest in science. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm glad that I've rekindled your interest in science. That's amazing. Richard Poot said for $5 says, the it's magic, I don't have to explain shit meme isn't evidence. It shows how gullible you are, Flerf. No true Scotsman fallacy doesn't help either. Yeah, full of fallacies. General E Shady for $2 Australian. Count how many times Josh says, like, go. I lost count at about 1 million. P Barnes for $5 Australian. We're on a circle on a piece of wood. Josh, 2021. Yeah, get it on a t-shirt, I reckon. Hugh Mungus for $2 Canadian says, how does he know these... Oh, read that one. Does he know the speed of Earth's rotation? Bombay for $5, no message, thank you. Illuminous Pooh for $5 says Red Lanterns unite. Yeah, Red Lanterns get kicked out of the fucking Space Corps by the Green Lanterns. Richard Peter said for $5, no, read that one. P Barnes for $5 Australian. So the Earth can't be a globe because God wouldn't be able to see the other side of it. Watching this just claimed my last brain cell. Thanks, FTFE. My bad, I'm sorry. Toss the Dwarf for $2 says, love the D&D game you're playing, thank you. If you'd like to see me be an absolute geek and play Dungeons & Dragons every other Monday on the channel Globers and Goblins, please, one of my mods put the link to that in the chat. Was supposed to go this Monday, but I'd been having horrible migraines, so we changed it to the Monday coming for this episode. But yeah, having a lot of fun being an absolute geek, so check out the channel Globers and Goblins. Illuminous Pooh for $2 says, doesn't his holy book say to not bear false witness? Absolutely. Then we got Michael Hoyes for $2. Can you buy a circular saw that runs at 120 miles an hour? No, you can't. LV23 for $5 says, peanuts are good. Peanuts are not good. They make me die. Caezza the Master Reviewer, first debate as a member, loved it. Thank you, Caezza, for becoming a member. I did see that earlier. You absolutely fucking awesome person, you. And then last one is Fohammer335 for $2. ZZZZZ. This chatbot lady freaking sucks. If you want to see chatbot lady, check out Team Skeptic After Dark, where she basically runs the channel. Right, thank you very much, Reds. That was fun. We'll be back in about 25 minutes, half an hour, to go over Flatzoid's steaming pile of shit that he decided to pump onto the internet. See you soon. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. flat